Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Fucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. In this video, I'm gonna go over an exercise that's gonna help you be your authentic fucking self, the true you. There's a lot of ideas and beliefs that are and memories that are within us that stop us, okay? But before I go into how we do it in the strategy or the tool that's gonna help you, I want you to make a decision, okay? The decision that you're gonna aim for the highest version of yourself, okay? Not the fucking basic version of yourself, the premium version, the best one. And you're constantly gonna aim for that ideal, all right? Second, you're ready to learn and apply. Okay, ready to learn and apply. Now, I'm reading this book, 11 Rings by Phil Jackson. He's the best fucking NBA coach in history. Okay, in the history of the NBA. All right, and there's a place where he said something about being authentic and being your true self and how that will get you to help other people, because he talks about how he was learning about a professor who does therapy, and he says only as authentic as you can be, can you help the other become authentic and real to help the person become, enlightened and free. I'm trying to find the sentence if I can. All right, I might have read a little too much into it. Okay, I wasn't interested in becoming best friends with the players. In fact, I think it's important to maintain a certain distance, but I try to develop genuine, caring relationships with each player based on mutual respect, compassion, and trust. Okay, and you can only build the mutual respect, compassion, and trust if you're authentic, if you are your true self. Oh, here it is. And it's in the book of the professor called On Becoming a Person. The professor is Carl Rogers. Quote, Rogers said the therapist had to be as honest and authentic as possible and regard the client as a person of unconditional worthiness, no matter what his or her condition. Okay. So you have to give the client unconditional love, essentially, unconditional worthiness. The paradox, he writes in his seminal work, On Becoming a Person. On Becoming a Person is the name of the book. Is that the more I am simply willing to be myself in all this complexity of life, and the more I am willing to understand and accept the realities in myself and in the person and in the other person, the more change seems to be stirred up. Okay? Personal empowerment. Personal empowerment. Personal empowerment is the opposite of being depressed and thinking of yourself as a limited being. I can see a little piece of fur right here from one of my cats. Can't get it. when I read that quote from Carl Rogers, psychologist, it sparked something in me, okay? I remembered, well, this is what the voice said. Like, you'll be gay. I'm like, what? Like, I know I like women, so I'm like, where is this coming from? And I felt a little uncomfortable. So there's a feeling with the thought, right? There's like feeling of uncomfortableness. First came the uncomfortableness. I'm like, oh, that quote really resonated with me. I'm like, oh. And then I heard that voice and I'm like, And I said this, and this is the strategy that you need to apply. This is the question you need to apply for this strategy of liberation, okay? On how to be your authentic self and be liberated. What do I need to believe in order for me to have this experience? Now, how to sit down? Thankfully, I live alone, right? Or I'm alone at this moment. And I started thinking, what do I need to believe? What experience did I have that I have this thought? And when I was around 7 years old in second grade, I was an actor. I was in a theater actor, and there we had a teacher who taught theater, and I don't know why I joined it. I think I just wanted to do it. I thought it was cool, or I just wanted to do something. Right? You're small. You just want to do stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. Cool, fuck it. And so I was doing the practices, and then my friends, I had quote unquote friends, 2 guys. I told them, they're like, they found out that I was in the theater, and they're like, what the fuck? You're in theater? They said something to the effect, that's for girls. And I was a good actor. I remember everybody giving me like applause and stuff like that. And then my teacher, she yelled at me. Like, she didn't yell at me, but she gave me a mouthful. She's like, you're gonna quit on us right before the event? Oh my God, I can't believe you. I'm never gonna teach this again. And I'm like, I was a little kid. I'm like, I just kind of like, I think I felt bad. I felt bad about it. And I walked away, right? And then another memory came up. I remember I was talking to this girl. And I guess I was just talking a certain way. Maybe my tonality was more like, I don't know. It was not as masculine, I guess. You know, when you talk with the baby or with the pet, you're like, hey baby. I was probably talking like that, like something like that, right? And one of my friends, he said, hey man, you sound like I don't know if I'll get canceled for this. He's like, you sound like a faggot. I kind of said it quietly, but hey, that's what he said. YouTube, please don't take this down. This is a story. It's a real story. And I guess it's stuck into my subconscious mind. Although those things of being myself, like I was like, okay, I can't be myself because my friends are gonna judge me. You know, they're gonna say I'm gay. So I liberated myself from that because I changed the belief. Now here's step 2. Change the belief. My old belief was, if I am my authentic self, my friends will think I am gay, and therefore I will not be accepted. Fuck. Luckily, I don't have that many friends like now that I hang out with and things like that. I'm just, we're older now. At least for me, I'm older now. I don't think about, hey, what am I gonna do with my friends today? We're gonna go to the mall. That was like high school and like stuff like that. So now I was like, all right, let's get down to business. What I gotta do? I'm gonna hit the gym. Who do I need to speak with in terms of business and things like that. So it's a little bit different now. But that idea was still in my subconscious mind, so it was preventing me from being authentic. Self-empowerment. You can only empower others if you are empowered yourself. That's why it makes sense that the psychologist said, when you are your authentic self, the more authentic you are, the more you can help your client. Okay, I'm gonna repeat the quote it may, help you. All right, this is about becoming your real self right here, your authentic self. Quote, the therapist had to be as honest and as, okay, quote, the therapist had to be as honest and authentic as possible and regard the client as a person of unconditional worthiness, no matter what his or her condition. The paradox, he writes in his seminal work on becoming a person, and he quotes him now, is that the more I am willing to be myself and all this complexity of life, and the more I am willing to understand and accept the realities in myself and in the other person, the more change seems to be stirred up. The more empowered you are, helps the other person. It's amazing how these energy dynamics work. You attract what you are. Birds of a feather flock together. If you are a client to a therapist, what is that therapist proving in the way he does things and in his life to show that he is empowered? Right? That's an important thing to ask. But I think a lot of times we don't look at things that way, But I think it's a little common sense, right? Common sense too. If you're trying to get in shape, get information from somebody who's in shape. Start hanging around with people who are in shape, right? Want to start earning money? Start hanging around with people who have money. Or get tips from people who are rich and wealthy, right? You're reading books on success. I didn't know Phil Jackson was the greatest NBA coach of all time. I'm a Laker fan. I grew up in LA. I have the Lakers right here. And I wanted to read about him because he's a champion. He's a winner. So I'm like, let's see what he has to say, right? And that's just one piece of the pie. There's a lot of elements that go into success. It's really a recipe. There's principles, though. Once you find those principles, you'll see them over and over and over and over and over again in that specific area that you want to succeed in. And you just apply those principles and you'll get it. I have another book here that I'm going to read next. So you want me to, if you want to get my review on this, it's going to be in a few days, right? In a few weeks, maybe. I think a few days, on John Wooden, the greatest college basketball coach of all time. He has a little bit less championships than Phil Jackson, probably like 9 or something like that. But he's still up there. So I'm getting the principles of success. And every day we have to learn again. Every day we have to remind ourselves what it takes. And if we have rules in place, these tools in place, strategies that help us uncover the beliefs that are limiting us and changing those beliefs to give us a positive one, we grow and we become our authentic self. Okay, our empowered self. So I'm gonna go over the tools again. Ask yourself, whenever you have you want to be yourself, or something comes up with being your authentic self and it kind of stops you, of course you have to use social intelligence. You're not going to do something wrong at the wrong place, right? So you got to ask yourself this question. What do I need to believe in order for me to have this experience? And sit down and just really think. Maybe you'll write stuff down. It's better to write stuff down because then you could like put it down on paper and kind of see it from far away when it's complex. So for me was if I am my authentic self, I won't be accepted by my friends and they'll say that I'm gay. Shit is dumb as fuck. I don't care what people think about me, right? So that's my new belief. I am my true self and I don't care what people think about me. I have a good heart. I love others. And that's what's important. Knowing the laws of the universe, right? Knowing the laws. Now, we're all connected. This is all kind of a game in a way, but not a game. But we should have fun in life, okay? That's how it's kind of like a game because we want to have fun. We have our goals, and we move toward those goals, and then we reach the goal. But the process is more fun. Once we hit the goal, we're like, oh, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Now you reach your goal, you're on to the next. So life is like a roller coaster. You get on the roller coaster, you're like, woohoo, yeah, oh, you might get hurt a little bit, something might happen, and then you're done, and you're like, oh, wow, that was it. Let's go again. When you go again, that's another goal you're aiming towards, and you're moving towards, because life is about the process more than the result. But you need both for it to dance, for life to dance and be joyful. All right, I hope you like this one. This was a powerful technique. Thank you for being here. If you have any comments, any questions, comment below. I can guide you, explain some more if something wasn't clear, okay? I love you. Until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if this resonated, or if somebody was talking to you about having a struggle with being their authentic self, or being sad, being not empowered. The opposite of empowered is being sad, depressed, anxious. Share this with them. Okay? I love you. Until next time, peace.